those are the Britannias. Right from when the pandemic first hit, the demand went through. I think we did more business in that period, or sold more gold and silver in that month or 2 months than we had in the whole year. And gold has steadily risen in both dollar terms and gold terms. But the interest is sky high, I think. In dollar terms, it got up to, it broke through a barrier of $2,000, got up to about $2,050. At the same time, sterling was moving and rising, so therefore in sterling terms it didn't rise quite so much, but it did reach an all-time high, as it did in dollars, and that was at around about £1,550 per ounce. And also the price rises and falls based on calamities which are happening in the marketplace, in the world. So very similar to COVID, the price started rising because people got worried. The stocks and shares fell, the interest rates fell. If there's oil crises or wars, then people always do historically go into gold because it's seen as a safe haven. These are 100 grams, and this is the same, the 100 gram. I mean, gold is seen as a safe haven because it always very slowly but surely goes up. It has outperformed FTSE, it's outperformed the interest rates. It's an inflation hedge. And in fact, people used to say that an ounce of gold price is about the same price as a very good suit. So 50, 100 years ago, whatever the ounce of price was of gold would have bought you a nice suit, tailored or whatever. And even now, at sort of £1,400, £1,500, it's roughly the same. So it always has the same spending power, unlike cash, which is in the bank and basically falls in value.
There has been a massive increase in people over the last sort of 4 to 6 weeks coming in with gold to cash in. We have noticed an influx, particularly in the last sort of 2 weeks, probably actually. So we're seeing sort of bigger numbers, if you like. So steadily 4 to 6, but over the last 2 weeks, bigger numbers. People sort of generally were coming in with sort of anything between 500 quid to sort of 1,500. But over the last sort of couple of weeks, we've had some big ones come in. People sort of bring in bullion, bars, and yeah, we've seen some big numbers. Things that people wear daily, they tend to keep on. That'd be the last thing they bring in for sale. It's family pieces, perhaps pieces of the jewellery that are very dated in terms of their style. And if people look at those pieces and realise, actually, I'm never going to wear this again, it's a great time to cash those pieces in. Actually, jewellery as well is on a bit of a high at the moment. So luxury items generally seem to be on the up. I mean, the online sales, we've got an online store, and the sales being achieved through that store currently have far outstripped the same period last year. and it is quite amazing, really, considering the situation we are in with the pandemic. Well, I mean, it's very difficult to predict what's going to happen, but generally, it's a little bit like bricks and mortar. It does tend to rise historically. Very rarely, if it has a blip and falls, then it gains quite quickly. So, it's a great time to cash it in, but again, we could see further rises.